All right, the end of the year will be here before we know it, and joining us now to recap the real estate market in 2024 and look ahead to what we can expect in 2025 is Jim Bottrell, founder of the Jim Bottrell Real Estate Team. Good to see you, Jim.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Okay, the new year is knocking on the door, but let's recap 2024 first.
Okay, so 2024, we started the median house price was about $913,000 on January 1, and it looks like we're going to end up about $950,000. So that's about a $37,000 increase in home values through the year, or about a 4% rise. So I want to put that in perspective real quick though. So let's say somebody bought a house in January 1 and they paid $913,000 for it. That same house today is worth $950,000. So $37,000 went to the owner of that house. So just a little bit over $3,000 a month that homeowner got paid to just live in their home. That's why I love home ownership so much.
Yeah, that's one of the best way to build wealth.
Yes,
I guess.
80% of global wealth is held in real estate.
Okay, so what can we look forward to in 2025?
Okay, 2025. So 2024, a little bit, I'm sorry, I should have finished this. Lack of inventory. The reason we went up in price was the lack of inventory. So we had a lot of distress sales. Most people, I said that people that had that 2 or 3% interest rate, they're dug in like an Alabama tick. They're not selling, they are. They're not moving. So we had a lot of distressed houses, not the greatest quality houses. 2025, I do expect the inventory to increase some. So that'll be nice. And the reason the inventory is going to increase some is, remember, it was 2021 when those super low interest rates happened. So everybody owned a home, refied in 2 or 3% interest rate. And they're stuck in those houses. They're not moving out of those houses. I used to love my home, but now I love my interest rate, is what they say. And even back in 2021, when I was on the show, I said, this is a 10-year problem. This is going to be lack of inventory for 10 years, a decade. All right, so now as we go into 2025, that's going to be the 4th year of that. So the only reason that somebody would give up that interest rate is because there's just too much pain. All right, and I say it kind of funny, but it's too much pain. There's painfully too many kids in one bedroom, or the house is too painfully empty after the kids move out, or the stairs are too painful to go up and down. But for whatever the reason is, their house doesn't actually meet their needs anymore. So 2025 is going to mark the 4th year of that. We always have a constant number of distressed sales. Those are the ones that they have to sell. It doesn't matter that what their interest rate is. There's something that's happened in their lives forcing the sale. What we're going to start to see in the 4th year and every year after this, going out to 10, is we're going to see more and more of those people that are just going to want to sell. So we're going to see a higher quality of home in 2025, and we're going to see more homes for sale in 2025.
Okay, you told me at the beginning of this year that 3 out of 4 of the sellers that you represent are leaving the state. Is that still the case?
No, it hasn't been. That was always fun. It was 81% of all of our sellers were leaving the state of California. It's not so much anymore. What we see, the inventory that we had, the sellers we had this year, was the highest percentage of distressed sellers I've ever seen. Now those homes tend to be a little bit lower quality. Because they're distressed, often something's happened. They're not making payments. And what I've seen is the moment that somebody stops making payment on a house, they also stop taking care of the house. And houses will not do well that way. We're going to see still some of those in 2025, but we're going to see a lot of new houses that are much better conditioned. These are people that are finding it's like, hey, it's been 4 years, this house hasn't met my needs. I'm going to go ahead and ditch my 2.5% interest rate, and I'm going to get something that actually fits my needs. So we're going to see more of that.
Okay, how about interest rates in 2025? What can we expect?
Okay, 2024 they did nothing. That was the big thing that was supposed to happen, is interest rates were supposed to go down. 24 was much lower than 2023 was, by about 2 points, so big. We started the year at 6.6, and right now we're close to 7. So it went down a little bit. The Fed was supposed to lower the Fed funds rate. They did. Mortgage interest rates were supposed to come down. They didn't. I do, however, expect in 2025 that interest rates will come down, but they're not going to go crazy. I mean, we might see 5.5, something like that. But you have to remember that every time, national statistic, for every 1% decline in interest rates, 5 million new buyers show up in the market. So that's 5 million new people on top of what you already had that will show up. And so there's a lot of people out there that are waiting and every single day. We have a buyer that says, yes, I want to buy a home, but I'm going to wait until the interest rates get to 5.5, whatever it is. I want those people to understand that they're sitting there renting right now, waiting for the interest rates to come down. When it hits your magic number, whatever your magic number is, millions of other people have that same magic number. And they're all going to hit the market at the same time. And then you have bidding wars again. And that can happen in 2025.
All right, good stuff. Jim Bottrell, appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Good seeing you again.